Hey guys, it's Ron with r-studios, and today we're talking about Towers of Xandermere, a game of conquest. And I've set the board up with some scenarios I'd like to share with you. These scenarios might answer some questions that might come up during gameplay, and to remind you how important it is to make some decisions in a timely manner. Let's take a look at the orange scenario first. And in this scenario, we have a token on start and 2 tokens in play. This is great because you want your tokens in play to get across to the other side. And in this scenario, we're going to say that the player did not call stop action. And they rolled the die, and they came up with a 5. All right, so what's the opportunity here? What can we do? How do we make a move here with this 5? Well, we can't make a move with the start token because we need a 1 to get out of start. So that's out. As we mentioned, we forgot to call stop action, so can't move that token either. So that means that we're going to need to move this token. And we rolled a 5. So we move the token, but the most we can go is 2 because there's a stop there, right? Now we just bumped our own player. What happens when we bump a player? Well, they get moved back to the closest tavern or the closest stop. So in this case, it would be the stop. So this should drive home how important it is to make sure that you're thinking about where your players or your tokens are sitting and calling stop action in a timely manner to avoid such a situation. So let's take a look at the yellow situation here, this scenario. And this is very similar. It's almost the same, except we have 2 tokens in the start and 1 on the stop action. In this scenario, it's the same thing. The player forgot to call stop action. This is going to be a very common rookie mistake. That I can promise you. But hopefully it won't take you too many times to make this mistake to get it right. In this case, the scenario is we did not call stop action and we roll the dice. And let's say we rolled a 5, or any number for that matter in this scenario, but we didn't call stop action. So that means that we can't move at all. So there are going to be situations where you're not going to be able to move, and this would be one of them. So remember to call stop action. Now in this scenario, you may have purposefully chose not to call stop action because you were hoping to roll a 1 to get another player out into play, knowing that if you didn't roll that 1, well, you just wouldn't have moved a player at all. And that's okay, it could be part of your strategy. Okay. So let's take a look at the blue situation over here. This scenario is set up. We can see we have a blue player or a token in the start, and we have 2 tokens out here in play. And the player rolls a 2. All right. Just to avoid any confusion, I want to point out that you cannot split your roll. For example, this player might feel that moving 1 token here to stop is great, and then taking the other one to take a card is even better, and they move 2 spaces. Well, that's not allowed in Towers of Xandermere. You need to move 1 token the entire amount of the roll. So in this case, if I had that 2, I could move here 1 space. Again, I need to stop because it's a stop space and not use the rest of the pips. Or I could have moved this token to right here. So let's make sure that you also know that if you were to roll a 6, you get to roll again. So who cares what scenario it was? Maybe it was the yellow scenario where I forgot to call stop action and I wasn't able to make a move, but the roll that I rolled was a 6. I get to roll again. So in this case, if I rolled a 6, if we're just looking at this, I could choose to move this guy here and then roll again. Maybe call stop action to make a decision to get him off. Or I can roll or move this guy 6 and then again make a decision to stop action and roll again. I may decide not to stop action, but if I did that in this scenario, you remember I might be forced to bump myself back. If I rolled a 1 here, this is great because I can move my player out and get another one in. But if I roll anything else, then I'm going to be bumping this player back to the stop. So keep that in mind. So anyway, just a couple of situations or scenarios that are going to come up during gameplay. I hope that helps you on your road to victory. So, hey, if you haven't got the game yet, get over to r-studios.com, get it on order right now. Thanks for your support, and I look forward to talking to you later.